So you didn't have many conflicts, but you had a notable dispute with Harvick.
Yep.
Multiple times, it seemed like.
Yep.
Jay Sauter came into the car and threw a punch at you. Is that true?
No, vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
You threw a punch at
threw
him.
the punch.
Yeah.
So, that was at Richmond.
Yeah.
I remember that. Xfinity race.
Yep. So I was being probably a little aggressive, and we had the field stacked up behind us. There was a full straightaway in front of us, and he was holding everyone up, and I nudged him a little bit off of 2, and probably the nudge, he wasn't able to hold on to it, and he wrecked. And so he went in the pits and said, I'm going to fix my car and go back out and wreck him. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
We were running for a championship. He comes back out on the track and just wipes me out off of turn 4.
That's right.
Did that punch land?
Yes.
And did he have his helmet still on?
He did.
And so,
But there was no Hans, and I punched him right in the collarbone on the side of the neck, right under the helmet.
I'm
I'm not going to punch him in the helmet.
You found a vulnerable spot and went for it.
I did.
So
I was upset.
yeah, sure. But what did y'all have a conversation afterwards? Ever?
No, we did, I think, later on. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the end of it.
I was looking around the infield care center when I was over there. I was still pretty upset.
had you ever done anything like that up until that point? Had you ever punched somebody in a car, and had you ever been in fights out of the car?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, not at the racetrack.
When
So,
when Harvick come over the roof of the car at Bristol, were you shocked?
I wasn't really shocked. So that punch, Jay Sauter, cost me $15,000.
Oh.
And Roush Fenway made me pay for it out of my money. And they penalized me points. So I got points taken away and a $15,000 fine. So fast forward to the next year when we're at Bristol and I give Harvick the little nudge, the bump and run, and you watch the video. He overcorrects and just drove it straight in the fence to the right, And I'm not going to say I'd have saved it or he'd have saved it, whatever. But it's, So when I saw Harvick coming, and my crew guy said, "Hey, here, he's coming down."
Oh, you knew
here.
he was coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm not going to touch him. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to keep my hands to my side," because I would have. If that wouldn't have happened, if I wouldn't have got fined and that, I probably would have hit him with uppercut, just knocked him out right as he jumped off the back of the car. I would have. But I'm like, I just kept my hands to my side. I said, I'm not doing anything because I'm leading the points and I'm trying to win the title. And they took away.
You're in the same
And
situation.
you still remember from a year ago where you had the points and the fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I got a stark lesson on no fight. NASCAR then, okay, not today. NASCAR then was no bullshit. There's no fighting. There's none of that.
So
And
what I can remember from that is that obviously the media plays this up, right?
Sure.
So the thing happens at Bristol and the media plays it up, and I mean I don't know. We just now stopped seeing that when we go to Bristol. It might actually come back up this weekend.
I know.
But
It's funny.
yeah. So I used to hate that as a driver, but now I understand why it sells tickets. But
There was a lot going on. It wasn't just you and Harvick. Jimmy Spencer and Jack Sprague were also. Jack is running down the front straightaway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
at the same race.
Not only the same race, but that fight is about to happen because I'm working for Spencer. Jimmy sent Jack just hard into the wall, and they were all racing in the top 3. And Jack is running down the straightaway after Spencer, and that's about to happen. As soon as that happens, though, Harvick comes off, and both of those drivers are now watching y'all. Y'all, if you want to look at the silver lining, you did avoid another fight.
That's good.
Yeah, if that makes you feel
That's
any
good.
better, because Jimmy now is up on the wall waving his towel, getting the fans excited because there's this big melee going on at your car. So, I mean, it's funny you say that NASCAR did not like fights because it all would have unraveled that day.
Oh, and I think that later on, I think they recognized that brings attention to fans. Yeah. And in 2000, whatever year it was, they didn't need any more fans and attention. They already had it.
Yeah.
But as that declines, you're like, okay, what can we do to make something exciting, right?
But the thing with Harvick carried on a little bit.
It did. I think we had a run in like at Martinsville one time in practice.
Yeah.
And he pulled out in front of me. We're making a run or vice versa. And then brake check, me or something like that. So I went down, had some words with him about that, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. It almost just looked like a misunderstanding that you guys kind of handled civilly, right?
We did.
You guys go talk.
Yeah, I just walked down there and said, you know, did you mean to pull out in front of me? Didn't see me. Spotter didn't see you. I don't remember exact conversation, you know, but we talked about it, and you know,
And that was that.
That was that.
So and then you know, for the rest of your Cup career,
We got along fine.
got along great.
Yeah.